Okay, so you've heard of quantum computers, right? These mysterious machines that are supposedly going to revolutionize, like, everything,
Hmm.
from medicine to artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
But how? That's what we're going to figure out today.
Yeah, it's easy to get kind of lost in all the hype,
Yeah.
So, maybe we should start with the basics.
That's good.
Okay, cool. So remember those classic computers, like the ones we all grew up with?
Yeah.
Those store information in bits, which can be either a 0 or a 1.
Right
It's
on.
like a light switch.
On or off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But quantum computers are totally different.
Exactly. Quantum computers use these things called qubits. And here's where things get kind of wild. Qubits can be a 0, a 1, or both at the same time. It's called superposition.
Whoa, okay. So it's not just that they're faster, it's that they work in a completely different way.
Right. Imagine you're trying to find your way through a maze.
Okay.
A classical computer would have to try every path one at a time until it found the exit.
A quantum computer, because of superposition, can explore every single path simultaneously. And that's where that incredible speed advantage comes in.
So it's like having a million tiny explorers all working at the same time to solve the maze.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now I get why people are saying this is such a big deal.
Exactly. And that massive speed boost, it opens up possibilities that we could only dream of before. For example, imagine designing life-saving drugs
Okay.
by simulating how different molecules interact, like at an atomic level.
Oh, so instead of just testing things randomly in a lab, scientists could run simulations to pinpoint, like, exactly which molecules would be most effective.
Exactly. And not just that. Think about the logistics of a global supply chain.
Oh, wow.
There are millions of variables to consider.
Yeah.
A quantum computer could just crunch all of that data and optimize everything, making the whole system more efficient and sustainable.
So we're talking about real-world problems that could affect everyone.
Absolutely. Even tackling climate change.
Oh, wow.
We could create incredibly detailed climate models that factor in like countless variables, helping us understand and predict climate patterns with way more accuracy.
Okay, that's exciting. But let's talk about something maybe a little more unsettling. There's been a lot of talk about quantum computers breaking encryption.
Yeah.
Is that something we should actually be worried about?
It's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Okay.
You see, the security of our online information, everything from bank accounts to top secret government data, it relies on these complex mathematical problems that classical computers would take years, maybe even centuries to crack.
But a quantum computer could just, like, zip right through those.
Potentially, yes. A powerful enough quantum computer could theoretically render our current encryption methods obsolete.
Right.
It's a bit like having a master key that can unlock any door.
Okay, so maybe online security as we know it is doomed.
Yep.
What are we doing to stop that from happening?
Don't panic just yet.
Like-
There's a global effort underway to develop new encryption methods that are resistant to quantum attacks. Think of it as like a digital arms race,
Okay.
where these cryptographers are constantly trying to stay one step ahead of the code breakers.
So while quantum computers pose a potential threat, it's not like they're going to bring about the digital apocalypse tomorrow.
Right. Remember, current quantum computers are still in their early stages of development. They're incredibly sensitive, and they require extremely cold temperatures to function.
Wait, why do they need to be so cold?
Well, it all comes down to the delicate nature of quantum states. Remember those spinning coins we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
If you even just breathe on them, they'll land and lose their superposition.
Okay.
Qubits are very similar. Any kind of interference can disrupt that delicate state. So these super cold temperatures help to isolate them and maintain their quantum properties.
So we're still a ways off from having these things just sitting on our desks or powering our smartphones.
Exactly. There's still a long road ahead before we see widespread practical applications of quantum computing.
So maybe the future isn't all doom and gloom then. But I remember a few years ago, Google claimed to achieve quantum supremacy. What exactly did they accomplish, and does it change anything?
It was a significant milestone, no doubt. Google's quantum computer successfully performed a specific calculation in just a matter of minutes that would have taken a classical supercomputer thousands of years.
So they proved that quantum computers could actually outperform classical computers in certain tasks.
Exactly. It was a proof of concept, a glimpse into the future potential of quantum computing.
Okay, that does sound like a big deal.
So given all of this, what are some of the most promising applications of quantum computing on the horizon? We talked about drug discovery, climate modeling, but what else is out there?
Well, one area I find particularly exciting is the potential impact on artificial intelligence.
Oh, right. I've heard that AI and quantum computing could be a pretty powerful combination. But how exactly would that work?
Imagine training AI algorithms on quantum computers. Okay, yeah.
They could analyze these massive data sets and identify patterns that would be invisible to classical computers. This could lead to breakthroughs in everything from image recognition to natural language processing.
So we're talking about AI systems that are not just faster, but also much smarter and more capable than anything we have today.
Precisely.
Okay.
And the applications are endless. Think about self-driving cars that can navigate complex situations, or personalized medicine that tailors treatments to your unique genetic makeup.
Okay, now I'm starting to see why people are so excited about this.
Yeah.
But with all this talk about potential benefits, it's easy to forget about the risks. We've already talked about the threat to online security, but what other concerns should we be thinking about?
That's an important question. We need to be mindful of the potential for economic disruption. If quantum computing leads to significant job displacement in certain industries, we need to be prepared to manage those transitions.
That's a good point. And what about the potential for misuse? Could this technology be used to develop more powerful weapons or surveillance systems?
It's certainly a possibility and one that we need to take very seriously. Just like any powerful technology, quantum computing can be used for good or for ill. It all depends on the intentions of those who wield it.
So it's not just about developing the technology, it's about making sure it's used responsibly and ethically.
Exactly, and that's going to require a global effort involving governments, researchers, and the public alike. We need to have these open and honest conversations about the potential benefits and risks of quantum computing and work together to establish guidelines for its development and use.
This is definitely a lot to think about. We've covered a lot of ground today. We explored the basics of quantum computing, the potential applications, and the challenges and risks that we need to address. But there's still so much more to explore.
Absolutely. And as we delve deeper into this fascinating field, it's crucial to remember that we're not just talking about bits and qubits. We're talking about the future of humanity.
That is a powerful thought. So as we move forward in this quantum age, we need to do so with a sense of both wonder and responsibility.
Yeah, it really is a pivotal moment. We're at a crossroads, and the decisions we make today are going to really shape the future of this technology and its impact on like the whole world.
It is kind of mind-boggling to think that we're talking about concepts that were once just purely theoretical, right?
Yeah.
Like confined to scientific journals and university blackboards. Now they're becoming like a reality.
It's a testament to like human curiosity and our pursuit of knowledge, you
Yeah.
know? But as we move forward, it's important that we don't lose sight of the ethical implications.
Yeah, you're right. We need to make sure that we're asking the right questions. So let's shift gears for a moment and talk about those ethical considerations. What are some of the big questions that we should be asking about quantum computing?
Well, one of the most pressing concerns is the potential for bias.
Oh,
We've already seen how algorithms can perpetuate existing social inequalities
right.
in areas like hiring or lending or even criminal justice.
Right. Oh, I see what you mean. So if quantum computers are being used to develop even more powerful algorithms, we need to be extra careful about ensuring fairness and preventing discrimination.
Exactly. We need to be proactive in identifying and mitigating any potential biases in quantum algorithms. This means involving diverse perspectives in the development process and like rigorously testing these algorithms to make sure that they don't perpetuate those existing inequalities.
So it's not just about the technology itself. It's about the people who are developing it and the values that they bring to the table.
Absolutely. And another key question revolves around access. Quantum computing has the potential to solve some of humanity's biggest challenges, but only if it's accessible to researchers and innovators like worldwide, not just concentrated in the hands of a few powerful entities.
That's a really good point. We don't want to create this quantum divide where only certain nations or corporations benefit from these advancements.
Exactly. We need to foster international collaboration and knowledge sharing to make sure that the benefits of quantum computing are distributed equitably.
So it's not enough to just develop the technology. We need to make sure that it's used for the benefit of like all humankind.
Precisely. And speaking of the future, here's another question to ponder.
Okay.
How will quantum computing change our understanding of the universe and our place in it? Remember, the very principles that it's based on really challenge our classical understanding of physics and reality.
Okay, now we're getting really deep. I like it.
Right.
So what kind of insights might we gain as we delve deeper into this quantum realm?
Well, think about it. Quantum mechanics suggests that reality is fundamentally uncertain. that particles can exist in multiple states at once. This challenges our traditional notions of cause and effect and even the nature of time itself.
Whoa, that is some pretty mind-bending stuff.
It is, and who knows what other profound insights await us as we continue to explore this quantum world. Perhaps we'll discover entirely new lines of physics or even evidence for parallel universes.
Okay, now I am getting goosebumps.
Let's.
Let's bring it back down to earth for a second. We've talked about like the big picture stuff, but how might quantum computing impact our everyday lives in a more tangible way?
Well, aside from the potential for world-altering scientific breakthroughs, I think it's about asking the right questions. How do we ensure equitable access to this technology? Quantum computing has the potential to solve some of humanity's biggest challenges, but only if it's accessible to researchers and innovators worldwide, not just concentrated in the hands of a few powerful entities.
Yeah, that's a really good point. We already touched on the potential for personalized medicine and smarter AI, but what else might change in our like day-to-day lives?
Well, think about how we interact with technology. Our current devices are limited by the capabilities of classical computing.
Right.
But imagine a world where our smartphones and laptops are powered by quantum processors.
So we're talking about devices that are not just faster, but capable of things that we can't even imagine right now.
Exactly. Imagine a world where you could design your dream home in virtual reality with photorealistic detail, or have a real-time conversation with someone on the other side of the world, translated seamlessly in your ear.
Wow, it sounds like science fiction,
Yeah.
but it could be a reality.
And it's not just about personal devices. Quantum computing could revolutionize transportation, communication, energy production, like virtually every aspect of modern life.
It's like we're on the cusp of this technological revolution unlike anything we've ever seen. But with all this excitement, it's important to remember that there will be challenges along the way, right?
Absolutely. We'll need to address issues like workforce displacement, ethical considerations, and the potential for misuse. It's not going to be easy, but I believe the potential benefits far outweigh the risks.
Yeah, I agree. And that brings us to another crucial point, the need for education and public awareness. If we want to navigate this quantum future successfully, we need to make sure everyone understands the basics of this technology and its implications.
Absolutely. We need to demystify quantum computing and empower people to engage in like these informed discussions about its development and use.
So it's not just about scientists and engineers, it's about everyone having a voice in shaping this quantum future.
Exactly. And that includes you, dear listener. As we continue to explore this fascinating field, we encourage you to stay curious, ask questions, and be part of the conversation.
You know, it's funny, we started this deep dive talking about quantum computers as these futuristic machines that might change the world. But now I'm starting to see that the real revolution isn't just about the technology, it's about how we as humans choose to use it.
That's a profound insight, and it reminds me of something Albert Einstein once said. It has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity.
Wow, that is quite a quote. And it's more relevant than ever in this age of quantum computing.
Right.
We need to make sure that as we develop these incredible tools, we also develop the wisdom and the foresight to use them responsibly and ethically.
Well said. It's a challenge, but also an incredible opportunity. We have the chance to shape a future where quantum computing benefits all of humanity, not just a select few.
That is a powerful message.
Yeah.
And it leads me to a question that's been on my mind this entire deep dive. If we could rewind the clock and have a conversation with the pioneers of quantum mechanics, like the brilliant minds who first laid the foundation for this mind-blowing technology, what would you ask them?
Oh, that's a thought-provoking question. So many possibilities. I suppose I'd be most curious to know what they imagine the future of quantum mechanics to be.
Yeah, me too. Did they foresee the world-changing potential of their discoveries? Did they anticipate the ethical dilemmas that we're grappling with today?
It's fascinating to consider how their perspectives might have shaped the course of history and how their insights could guide us as we navigate the uncharted waters of this quantum age.
It's like we're standing on the shoulders of giants, gazing out at a future they could only dream of.
And it's our responsibility to ensure that their legacy is one of progress, not peril.
Well said. And on that note, I think it's time for us to take a step back from all this quantum talk and just take a moment to like process everything, you know? Quantum physics can be a wild ride,
It is.
but it's a reminder that there's still so much we don't know about the universe.
Absolutely. Like, we've only just scratched the surface of what's possible. And who knows what other incredible discoveries are waiting for us as we, like, delve deeper into this quantum realm.
It really makes you wonder, you know, Like, what mysteries are we going to unravel in the next decade, the next
Hmm.
century? It feels like we're on the verge of something really extraordinary.
I totally agree. And it's not just about the technology. It's about how quantum computing will, like, completely reshape our understanding of the world and our place in it.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about, like earlier, the philosophical implications of quantum mechanics,
Hmm.
how it challenges our kind of classic view of reality. But I think there's like another layer to all of this that's worth exploring.
Ah, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking about the potential for quantum computing to not just change what we know, but how we know it. It's like we're developing a new set of lenses to view the universe.
That's a pretty cool perspective. It's like we're upgrading our cognitive abilities, expanding our capacity for understanding.
Yeah, exactly. And that could have like really profound implications for everything from
Hmm.
scientific discovery to like artistic expression,
Yeah.
even our understanding of consciousness itself.
Imagine a world where we can simulate the human brain, like at a molecular level, or create works of art that interact with our emotions in ways we can't even grasp right now.
Okay, now I'm getting chills again. But seriously, the possibilities seem endless.
They really do. And it's up to us to make sure that all those possibilities are used for good.
Right. And that brings me back to something that we talked about before, which is this idea of responsible innovation. How do we ensure that this is all developed and used in a way that benefits everyone, all of humanity?
That's the million-dollar question. It's going to require a global effort involving governments, scientists, ethicists, and the public. We need to have open and honest conversations about the potential benefits and the risks of quantum computing, and really work together to establish some guidelines for its development and its use.
It's like we're not just building a new technology, we're building a new future.
Yeah, well said. And the choices that we make today are really going to determine what that future looks like.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with just one final thought.
Okay, I'm listening.
We've talked a lot about the potential of quantum computing, the good and the bad. But ultimately, I think the most important thing is to just approach this whole thing with a sense of curiosity and wonder. And maybe a healthy dose of caution, too.
I couldn't agree more. We need to be mindful of the risks, but also embrace the possibilities. Because in the quantum age, anything is possible.
And who knows? Maybe someday we'll look back at this time as the beginning of a new era of enlightenment. One where we unlock the secrets of the universe and change our world for the better.
That's a beautiful vision, and one that's worth striving for.
Well, on that note, I think it's time for us to step out of the quantum realm for now, back into our everyday lives. But before we go, we want to hear from you.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about all of this? What excites you the most about its potential? What concerns do you have?
Join the conversation. Share your insights with us on our social media channels. We'd love to hear from you.
Until next time.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep into this fascinating world around us.